Hi, everybody. You got the Wingman here, and today I want to talk with you about things that campground owners and campground staff wish you knew before you show up at their facility. And with the Memorial Day weekend coming up and the busy summer camping season ahead, I think that if you'll take some of the things that I mentioned in this video and you'll remember them, you'll have a better experience. I know that the campground staff will have a better experience as well. And I'm not going to be able to hit on everything, but I am going to cover this. I'm going to divide it up into kind of 4 sections, if you will. Before you ever hitch up to leave for the campground, arrival at the campground, while you're at the campground, and then departure. So there's some things to keep in mind about all 4 of those. And if I fail to mention something, drop a comment down below because there's a lot of stuff to keep in mind. But here are some big ones. Before you ever hitch up, before you even make reservations, read the rules of the campground. Read them. They're on the website most of the time. The rules are right there. And yes, 80-90% of the time, the rules are the same at just about every campground. But every so often, you get one of those weird things like, Understand the rules before you even book your trip. Make sure your family understands the rules. That's a huge thing for the staff and campground owners. The other thing is make sure that your trailer or your motorhome is roadworthy. Too many people say, you know what, it's good enough. Well, good enough ain't sometimes good enough, as they say. Make sure your unit is roadworthy. If there are things to do, don't put them off. Make sure it is roadworthy. The other thing is pack early. You know, if you've got your stinky slinky, got an extra one just in case yours has a crack in it, make sure that you have all the things that you're going to need before you even arrive at the campground. Finally, take your time. Take your time as you go there. Don't pull in at dark to a strange campground that you're not going to know where you're at. Take your time. Leave early. Enjoy the trip. Now, when you're arriving at the campground, first off, don't arrive early. They've got a check-in time. If it's 3 p.m., get there at 3 p.m. Don't get there at 2 p.m. and say, we're going to sneak in early. I'm sure they'll let us in. Don't do that. Campgrounds generally have a crowd coming in, and if 3 p.m. is the check-in time, 3 p.m. is the check-in time. Get there at 3 p.m. and be patient. Be patient. Listen when you check in. More and more campgrounds are doing the what do they call it, contact lists, where you don't even see a human being. I think it's stupid, but that's technology for you. When you get there, take your time and listen to what the people at the campground have to tell you. They'll update you. You know, by the way, there are some fire ants down there, or watch for bugs, or something. They'll tell you some things that will help make your experience even better. So when you're there, you're going to probably get a map. On that map of the campground, there are the rules. If you didn't read them before you booked your trip, if you didn't read them before you arrived, read them. Read those rules and follow them. Now, while you're at the campground, it's so important. Be respectful. I know it sounds obvious, but too many people, one of the reasons why I sold my campground is people. I just got tired of dealing with people. Not everybody. I say I love most of them most of the time, but there are too many people out there that think the world revolves around them. You're going to run into a lot of those. If you say, well, I've never run into them. Either you're a new camper, or maybe you're one of them people. But you've got to be respectful of other people. I often say, be the camper that you wish that you were camping next to. Be on your best behavior. Don't go cussing and telling dirty jokes and getting drunk and staying up late at night and playing music and let the dog run all over the place. Follow the rules. Be respectful of other people. Also, be helpful of other people. Many people are brand new at RVing and they don't know what you know. If you can help them without getting in the way, it's kind of one of those fine lines to find. But if you see somebody struggling, help them. It'll make you feel better and they'll certainly appreciate it. Another thing that I think that you could do to make it a better experience is express your gratitude. Express gratitude. The people that work at the campground, they don't get paid very much money. They don't. And a thank you goes a long way. If you thank them, some people, even at our campground, they would tip some of my staff. And I'm telling you, a small tip or a thank you goes a long way at having a welcoming, wonderful experience. So Be grateful, follow the rules, and now when you're going to leave, if the checkout time is at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., whatever the checkout time is, start an hour early. Don't start 5 minutes before you're supposed to get out of there. Breaking down, take your time. As a campground owner, too many people would wait till the last minute and then they say, well, we're working on it. Don't get mad at me. No, check out time. Check out time. Don't wait till the last minute. And before you leave, make sure that you've got everything buttoned down properly. We had one set of RVers, a couple that came in, that forgot to unplug from shore power. Everything else was good. They just kind of forgot to unplug from shore power. They take off, they ripped it up, and down the road it went. Very expensive problem, and they were super embarrassed, but they were in a rush to get out. So be prepared, kind of like a Boy Scout. Think before you book. Read the rules. When you get there on time. Be flexible. Leave the place better than you found it. Those are obvious things that most campers don't need to be told. But if you will do those things and you'll help other campers do those things, I promise you the whole experience at that campground will be better. Not just for the campers, but for the staff as well. So those are some thoughts. Drop your thoughts down below if you would. And if you know any newbie RVers, people that have just bought their RV or they haven't been camping very much, campground etiquette is a really, really important topic. Maybe forward a link to this video to them and invite them to watch it because, as I say, campground etiquette is a big deal. It's one of the biggest pet peeves people have. In fact, what is your biggest pet peeve from other campers? I expect a lot of comments down below. Finally, if you've not yet downloaded my free RV report, if you're thinking about buying or selling an RV, this report is absolutely free, not selling anything. You can download it, take you less than a minute to do, and it will save you thousands and thousands of dollars. So you can get that report by going to freervreport.com. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.